The views expressed in Ignorant Rants do not necessarily reflect the views of theclient.com, its owner, sponsors, or affiliates. Hell, half the time it don't even represent the views of the Ignorant Ranters themselves. It's just a bunch of guys talking nonsense.
Previously on Ignorant Rants.
I can't keep doing the show until someone gets these goddamn cockroaches on my face. Hello and welcome to the pilot episode of Ignorant Rants. I am Tim, running this shit, and I'm joined by, on my right,
I'm Brent.
What do you do, Brent?
Nothing. I'm between jobs right now. Laying low.
Fucking enjoying that fun employment.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and to his right,
Stephanie.
what do you do?
I work for a finance company right now.
Well, let's not say names because we might get thrown off the air here really quick. YouTube's gonna ban the shit out of us. And to her right, the big man,
Steven.
Steven.
Who's
I
not
like
actually
that.
that big.
No, not a large man.
Big of heart.
Big heart, yeah. Make up for the heart.
And to his right, who is also big of cock,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking your deal.
I sling dick.
It's fucking stupid. Alright. Okay, so we're here to talk about some random shit because that's what we do. And so we're going to start off with a hot topic. And that is gay marriage was just fucking, what was the case? Does anyone know the case?
Don't.
Ogden versus somebody or some fucking
Supreme Court
bullshit.
one?
Yeah, the Supreme
yeah.
Court. That basically made it the law of the land. So now it's the gays. The gays can get married now. How do you feel about that?
Was it technically that they can get married, or is it just that you can't constitutionally ban gay marriage?
Oh, that's a good point. I think it's that they can get married.
I think it's that they can get married.
Actually, I don't know if it's that they can get married, but if they are married, every state has to recognize it.
They have been getting married. That's
But
Right.
there are places that are declining people and like
Still,
egging them and stuff when they come in to get married, like marriage licenses.
like who?
What was that?
Fucking
It
Texas.
was Texas or some shit.
Fucking
wasn't it?
rednecks.
Or Tennessee, one of those southern states. This gay couple.
All right. Okay, so we're here to talk about some random shit because that's what we do, and so we're gonna start off with a hot topic, and that is gay marriage was just fucking, what was the case? Does anyone know the case?
Don't.
Ogden versus somebody or some fucking
Supreme Court
bullshit.
one?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Supreme
yeah.
Court. That basically made it the law of the land. So now it's the gays. The gays can get married now. How do you feel about that?
Was it technically that they can get married, or is it just that you can't constitutionally ban gay marriage?
Oh, that's a good point. I think it's that they can get married.
I think it's that they can get married.
Actually, I don't know if it's that they can get married, but if they are married, every state has to recognize it.
they have been getting married. That's
But
Right.
there are places that are declining people and like
Still,
egging them and stuff when they come in to get married, like marriage licenses.
like who?
What was that?
Fucking
It
Texas.
was Texas or some shit.
Fucking
wasn't
rednecks.
it? Or Tennessee, one of those southern states. This gay couple came in, tried to get a marriage license, and they were like, "Get the fuck out! You're not gonna get married here."
Right.
And so they're suing them and shit now.
Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's what the case was. Was that there was like 8 states that were like appealing it, and the Supreme Court finally came down and said, you know, yeah, y'all can't fucking deny this shit. You gotta let them get married. Although I was reading this interesting thing in South Carolina where they weren't banning gay marriage; they were just giving public officials the right to deny. Like the public officials didn't have to do it if they didn't want to. That was
their choice.
Yeah, that was their way around. It was like if you're a public official and you don't want to marry a gay person, you don't have to do it.
That's absurd.
Right?
It's your fucking job.
Thank you.
Do your job.
Yeah, but that was.
Don't let you get a new one.
Yeah, but that was their thing. And but for them, so this was interesting too. For them, it wasn't just for gay marriage. It also included interracial marriage and something else, where it was just like if it's against your religious beliefs as a public official, you don't have to fucking perform this action.
Which, to quote my favorite Supreme Court Justice, Mr. Scalia, that's just pure applesauce.
Applesauce it is.
That's a straight quote from Scalia about the thing. He also called the ruling of gay marriage as jiggery pokery. So I don't know where that man came from, but
Wow.
Did you read the ruling?
no.
Just the dissenting
I
argument.
watched some videos about it. The quotes that he was saying about
What did he call it? Jiggery pokery?
Jiggery pokery, and he said the final verdict was just pure applesauce.
What in the world?
Well,
That's not bullshit. You can look that up.
Okay.
That's
Well, I
definitely a
mean,
thing.
look, hey, we are not a fact-checking podcast here.
Fair enough.
If you say it, I'm going to consider it fact. If no one can anyone say otherwise? Can
Do you
anyone
know enough
disprove it?
about Scalia quotes to dispute me right now?
I don't.
If you
I
can't
think
disprove
that's
it,
wrong,
okay.
but I don't know enough about
It's not
Scalia.
wrong. It's definitely
We're
true.
going to allow this
Figure
fact.
it
Okay, fact it is. So he called it jiggery pokery.
Jiggery pokery, pure
Jiggery
applesauce.
pokery.
So I guess let's start with the easy question is should they be allowed? Should gay people allowed to be married?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? I think
All right.
several
Well,
reasons
hold on.
why
We
not.
can talk to the
Well,
religious right over
the thing
here.
is, no. Well, that's the problem. Is that it's not so much that I think that personally that gay people shouldn't be allowed the rights to get married or not to, but I don't want to see any infringement on a personal level. And I mean, fuck religious rights. I'm talking about, you see those signs in the middle of a business, right in the window there. We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. You're gonna take that away from someone. I start my own business. I'm trying to become the middle class to keep this economy fucking alive, and you're just gonna make me basically throw out all the things that I care about or believe in.
Well, yeah, that's America. Don't care what you believe in.
America. Yeah.
The base of the question actually is the separation of church and
Save the
state,
world
and that's really the root of the problem between gay marriage, because people who don't really want gays to get married is because they think it's infringing on their biblical.
Right, and can I just say that
Does it really though?
we're 6 minutes in and God has entered the room.
Oh yeah, well, this place is divine.
I'm gonna show him the door.
Hold up a chair, Heavenly Father.
Because I could personally think of, even not without the separation of church and state, which I think is an interesting concept, because I don't think it ever has been. I think it's a good idea on paper, but I don't think it ever has been because the big churches in the United States have always held such sway over. They've got so much money, they've held so much power over senators and congressmen. There's never really been a separation. But even without bringing that into it, I can think of a couple good reasons why gay people shouldn't get married. Now, if you want to marry another dude, mazel tov, as some would say, fucking get at it. But my issue with it is that if you want to be gay, be gay. Whatever makes you happy. But once you dissolve the definition of marriage, then you've got a problem. Then the definition of marriage has always been between a man and a woman. So once you dissolve the definition of between a man and a woman, what are you left with?
In my opinion, it's already dissolved. That's why it doesn't really matter what.
But that's a problem. Because now tomorrow, because there's no definition for marriage. So tomorrow, if I want to walk down to the courthouse,
Do you need marriage?
well, that's a different question. Now that's a different question we can tackle, and I'm all about tackling that question. But since we have marriage, and we dissolve the definition of marriage between a man and a woman, what's to stop me from walking down to the courthouse tomorrow and marrying my PlayStation?
Well,
There's no definition of marriage now.
That's actually.
So if I were to go marry my
as bizarre as
PlayStation-
a point as that was, that's actually I get what you're saying.
Get used to it.
But then okay, so you put a couple caps on it.
Okay, so now
But you
we're
don't
back
have
to man and woman.
Well,
You're back to
that's
having in the
like-
first place.
Okay, you can't marry a fucking machine or an inanimate object.
Okay, so
but
that's
you can
fine.
marry another human.
Okay, well, now we're
playing
some boundaries, right?
Is it really that much of an amendment to just say you can marry any human you want to versus man, woman?
But what about if I want to marry a 16-year-old though?
This is true.
Well, you're still gonna have the same. We're in the USA. We're still gonna have the exact same laws as far as you're not actually an adult until you're 18. You can't drink until you're 21. Those things are still marriage is never.
So what you're saying
that's not
is-
gonna change. You can't marry your 14-year-old niece just because you feel like it.
This ain't Alabama. Apologize, everyone in Alabama.
Well, and honestly,
Most of you.
honestly, the thing is though, and I know this is supposed to be ignorant rants, and I'm going to drop a bomb of absolute legitimate knowledge here.
You better take
That's
that shit
gonna-
somewhere else.
That's going to legitimately, it's going to help out both sides here because I don't care what people think about your belief on marriage or not, but traditionally the problem isn't the definition of marriage as far as the church goes. Marriage has always been between a man and woman. There's no reason to change that because it comes from it's really just it's a title. It's a man and
There
woman
is a
title.
reason to change
No, hold on, because I'm going to get there. The reason is because we tied it to government. We tied it to the state. You get perks now. But the title of marriage, those are two totally different things. When the state
Perks? No, perks.
Perks, yeah.
Achievements.
Tax
Yeah,
breaks.
trophies.
Yeah.
Platinum trophies.
Yes.
Well, because that's the thing is that like the states, if the states didn't decide to tie it to it, then nobody would care because then marriage would just be a Christian thing. Then that's all it's always has been. It's because the states took it and decided to make certain things relevant. I guess that you get from being married is the real problem.
Yeah, which is why that's why the gays are battling for it. That's the only like they're
The who?
married in
The gays.
the gays.
Drop a hard G.
Okay.
Okay, no. All right. And Steph's defense on this one. I mean, her
That's fine.
her
I'm all about the gays. I'm gonna label everybody.
So she, I mean,
I love the gays.
she's definitely coming from a point of experience on it. I think.
Wait.
Whatever
A point of experience.
Yeah.
Have you spent time among the gays?
I much
That's summer abroad.
many a time.
I mean, college is a time for experimentation. I'm told.
But realistically, that's why they're fighting for that. Is because they want those perks. Also, if they choose if that's something that they want, shouldn't they get those also? Like,
Big
if
fan
you
of
wanna-
civil unions.
Yeah, because
Well,
like
see, and civil unions
you're
is
married
a
in
big
your
thing.
own mind, but then it's like if you're trying to build a life with someone, those perks come in handy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a big fan of civil unions.
Why the fuck can't I have them?
You can. You
So
can
wait,
have a civil
okay, so
union.
what Bobby's saying?
Yeah.
Bobby's saying that you're pro civil union and all that stuff. So you're saying that if it's a gay marriage, should it take a different name then? It can't be called marriage.
Because the marriage is a religious construct. It always has been.
It's true.
And so don't take it from them. Have the same fucking thing. Just call it something else with the same fucking
That's
person.
actually an interesting point because
Secular version of it, if you will.
interesting point. But the whole, I mean,
That's a good word.
Thank you.
But the marriage, though, itself, a word that carries a connotation with it that is positive, and that's something. I mean, a lot of people's goals in life is to find someone to settle down with and get married, and so marriage in itself has a positive connotation. And if you name it something different for a different group of people, just because it's not a religious rite, suddenly you're maybe taking away some of the. I don't know if that's even.
It's segregation.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let me drop a mid-rant bomb on you real
Okay,
quick.
all right,
Because
okay.
5 years ago, do you know what the American dream was?
Get
own a
fucked.
boat.
No, it's close though. What?
Having sex.
Get money, get paid.
Oh no! Getting a paycheck and keeping a gun on your mouth.
It's close. It's number 3.
Okay.
Facts may vary. I'll have to check that one later. The American dream was like, what do you want to do in your life? What's the thing you want to achieve in your life? And it was to buy a house. That was what it used to be. Was right. But now that's not it anymore. So fuck off.
I
Damn
wonder
it.
why that's not it anymore.
Right. Well, do you know what it is now? To be able to retire and be financially secure.
Impossible.
Financial security. I'd say
Have
closer.
money
I'd say
when I'm
financial
ready to
security is
die.
probably the American. I'm not sure about retiring. Some people.
Well, no,
want
but
to retire.
specifically, that's what it is. To be able to retire and not have to worry about if you're going to be able to live on it or not. Surpassed buying a house. I bought a house. Not a big deal.
But you're not retired.
I'm not retired. When I retire, I hope that's a big deal. And
I'm
I have
gonna
enough money
keep my
to...
house.
I'll come to the party. If you're gonna have one, I'll come to your retirement party.
What?
I'll come to your retirement party.
Yeah, dude, it'd be
It's
awesome.
gonna be great.
It's like fucking...
Hopefully it's on a boat.
It's like... So, because I want to go back to civil unions for a second because in California, you can enter into a civil union without any sort of fucking paperwork. I mean, if you've lived with someone for more than, I think it's like 6
That's
months or
common
9
law.
months.
Yeah.
Okay, but they share it. Everything is being shared, right? I mean, it's almost the same thing. Almost. I mean, I'm sure there's little things that
But you can
aren't
sign
following-
paperwork
just
to get
little
you out of
tiny
common
things like where your fucking life insurance is gonna go and insurance, paying for the other person. Those are details. Get that shit out of here. We don't deal with details. What I'm saying is that once you live with someone long enough, you're fucking. So why do you need to be married? Why do you need the ring?
I don't think
That's
you do.
that's a good point. Too.
I don't
If
think
you are a gay couple, who gets the engagement ring?
Ooh.
The power bottom.
But the engagement ring serves no purpose other than to the woman. She wants a nice, pretty.
That's the whole
ring.
thing is marriage and its original.
Okay, so what if
it's for the woman? Is it not?
What if
Yes.
it's a lesbian
So,
couple?
It's
that's what I'm
not
saying.
for
So
anyone
it's
other than
different.
the
It's definitely
doer.
bending the entire what
Let's just-
we
let's-
perceive marriage to
Going
be.
on blood diamonds now.
But who really cares? Like, I mean, we're like, as far as a lady, having a nice, pretty rock is like all that I want. Gays, lesbians, they don't have that because
Duly noted.
Bombshell.
that's what it's like. They
We're gonna
don't-
rename
they-
this Fat Cast.
You ask that question where it's like, who's gonna get the ring? They don't know. They don't care because they just want to be married. So let them.
It's the fundamental of.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask this. Let me
Alright.
ask this real quick because they just want to get married. They just want to be married. Isn't one of the fun times of being married the engagement?
My shirt's inside out.
It depends.
I'm a big fan of the courting period
I
myself.
can't really say. I've never been engaged
The
or
rituals.
married, but from what I understand,
No, I was incorrect.
it's not all about that.
It's not all about the engagement.
No.
It's about the marriage.
Well, it's about being with the person you want to be with. There's there's gender stereotypes stuck to women as far as like wanting.
I mean, let's be honest. A lot of those are for good reason.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But they don't share that same. They're different.
But the ring thing is fairly recent in like the terms of years. I don't remember the exact date or anything, but I watched a video about
Make
this.
one up, I'll believe it.
Like the 20s,
Not
the
back
30s,
then.
something like that.
The roaring 30s.
Right, exactly. But some jeweler back then ran an ad campaign
Probably Jewish.
that's probably.
Honestly, yeah, that actually might be a true fact.
Smart
They
people.
ran a campaign that started the whole buying your significant other, your partner that you're going steady with, a ring in order to symbolize
That is what they call it back then. Going steady.
exactly. You were a suitor, you went steady.
Sure, so you call it a
Gave your
Hallmark,
Letterman
Hallmark
jacket.
created. That's
Basically, exactly.
So was
what
the
it
engagement ring what replaced the promise ring?
Oh,
Or did
the
just
promise
girls
ring-
walk around with like 5 different rings on and they're like, that girl's in a serious relationship?
Yeah, I think that it was probably that before they had all the different colored bands that symbolize different sexual favors.
I don't know.
So transition into these things.
you should have seen me in 7th grade. I had like 13,000 of those motherfuckers. Couldn't even see my arms when I was wearing a tank top.
Right.
You did. That's
I was like, God damn, different colored bands. Where's he going with this?
No, but
The most prized one for the rim job I got on top of Mount Everest.
You had me.
no oxygen either.
No oxygen. Lasted
But
half a
it's like-
second.
Done a rim job
what it
without
was,
being
so-
able to breathe.
Without being able to breathe. It's very
Oh,
taxing.
it's
It's very taxing
sounds.
and liberating at the same time. But
Here's I'm gonna try and bring this back around though. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Like obviously, I think that at the base value, anybody and everybody can agree that humans, we should have the same basic rights, so to speak. I think that's not.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it. I was gonna say. I mean, some people
I think
cut
that's
from a
that's
different
right.
cloth.
That's
but,
what I think. I mean, is anyone in here actually anti-gay marriage, like full on?
well, the thing is, I don't think.
I
there's-
just got questions, and like I said, once
That's what I'm saying. But you are pro, like he was saying, human rights. As opposed to being
I'm
sharing the
anti
rights.
I'm anti-gay marriage just because I think there's questions that left unanswered, but I am definitely pro-gay happiness. Marinate on that for a minute.
I'm marinating.
If gay people want to be gay and they want to be gay together, then be happy. Then I'm not against happy. I'm just I don't want the ability for Mrs. Robbins from 3 houses down to be able to go to the courthouse and marry one of her cats because she's in love with her cat. I don't want that because that doesn't mean
So now we're getting into animal rights.
Well,
animals have no
but
rights.
that's the two questions that have been
That can
posed.
suck an ass.
The two questions that have been posed, though, about this whole thing, about this Supreme Court ruling of that you can't make this defining till you take away this point. If you go in the route of it's just human, that is the next two questions that beg that based on this ruling actually do have a case, and it would still piss a lot of people off. Now, I'm not saying that it's as evil or not as gay marriage, or it's comparable, but I'm saying that in the realm of the ruling, you have to now allow, if somebody wants to sue polygamy, and there can be no longer age of consent, because marriage is marriage. That's it. Humans are humans, marriage is marriage, no longer. And those two things, I mean, by that ruling, I mean, nothing could even stand up to that now. Just be shut the fuck down. Like,
So
it was
you're
Arnold
saying
Schwarzenegger in Terminator 2.
So you're saying that
Not Genesis.
Never saw it. With
Because it looks like hot street trash.
Oh, okay.
it wasn't so bad.
That's not what we're about right now.
it had flashes of promise, but it was overblown.
Let's digress into a Terminator breakdown.
Look, I lost my point. So you fucking.
That's fine. Christian Bale, worst John Connor ever.
Well, we can bring it back because Arnold was the governor of. He was the governor of California. So Prop 8, yay.
Have there any fucking worse titles be given than Governor?
I call.
Yeah, there's
Thanks.
a lot of titles. I mean,
Okay.
what constitutes a title?
I don't know.
If everyone that I knew was like, dude, don't go over to
So-
TJ the Rapist's house, I probably would be like, what the hell?
You rapist. He's my favorite gentleman.
He's actually a really nice guy.
Doesn't
Doesn't look his title too much.
I mean, don't accept any drinks from him, but
He has the same pharmacist as Bill Cosby.
There it is. Does anybody need a refill, by the way?
I'm pretty down.
Oh, shit.
We're vibing right now, though. Honestly, like I said, I don't think it matters. Like I said, it does beg some questions, and I still am a fan of, as far as businesses go, them having the ability to decide who they serve and who they don't serve.
Can I, interject? That's a really good point. I've never actually thought of it from that angle, but tell me if I'm wrong by thinking that
You're wrong.
we could literally...
Sorry, it's preemptive, sorry.
Beat me to that shit.
But literally, can we not just get it together enough as a species or whatever you want to say to...
We are a species, that is a fact.
Put rules on it.
God hates gays.
Like,
That's simple.
you can't marry your cat.
God,
You
so
can't
good.
marry your PlayStation.
Right.
You
Well,
can
but here-
marry, you can't marry a 15-year-old.
But check this out, though.
But you can marry
Well,
someone
so
that,
15-year-olds are now deprived of the right that the gays just got?
No, hold on. No, but
My PlayStation's just deprived of the right.
Is it that hard? Seriously?
No.
But check this out, check this out.
I'm joking around, and that's
Yeah.
totally understandable because there is the age of. I mean, what is going along with marriage is you have the consummate marriages. That's another religious thing that is very.
It's my favorite part.
It's the favorite.
I've done it 3 times. It's my favorite part.
Everybody waits outside, green flash with white sheets covered in blood.
Well, but
I think that's why the underage thing is the thing, is because if you're married and then you have to consummate the marriage type of thing. But then again, if you're at, like you were saying, if it dissolves the religious part of it and it's just a marriage, then where are the boundaries to it?
But here's where I'm at, right? Because I'm a big proponent of capitalism as well. So the point I want to make is that I think that businesses should be allowed to do what you want to do, but as gay acceptance goes, with the generations, like when the baby boomers die out, who's really going to raise any kind of fucking stink over gay people? No one, that too. Because our generation doesn't give a fuck about that shit. We want to do what we want to do, and it doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, KKK, just get the fuck out of my way.
Message boards.
But-
Disagree with you, sir.
Just get the
But
fuck out,
check this out
right?
though. So like that's what I'm saying is I still am pro. I'm pro. You know, you can't take these right away from businesses. But the thing is that as the country grows and as this acceptance gets wider and there are more and more gay people, if you're a business and you want to be that business owner who's got that firm religious quote unquote conviction, and you're not going to serve gay people, let your business collapse when you don't have half the fucking country coming and buy shit from you. So I mean, right now, like Chick-fil-A, it worked with Chick-fil-A when they came out, but that's because the country still the majority is Christian and gay marriage is still widely unaccepted. But
And
as
that
more
makes
and more that goes on, and as all the really rich white baby boomer people die that absolutely hate gay marriage, the new companies, that's not going to last. If you put a stamp on a brand and say I hate these people, or these people cannot come in, that company will not stand.
Well, and take it to a business standpoint on that.
So fuck 'em.
Every corporation is now living in forced tolerance. Doesn't matter what it is.
Let me back up a sec. Is it still wildly unacceptable?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, if you look at like the majority of the population in the United States, I think can be broke down into 3 areas, right? The Northeast,
Fags. Straight.
Jesus Christ.
And on the fence.
and Bible thumpers.
Agnostics. They don't know what they don't know yet.
They don't know.
They're too pussy to make a decision.
Yeah, fucking, just deny it and be
Because
done
you
with that.
don't believe in God doesn't mean that you haven't made a decision.
Well, yeah, you don't believe.
You made a decision.
Right.
Well, like you don't attack
Okay,
them. They made a decision to not know what the hell's going on.
Fence riding lustful cock
Ignorance,
monsters.
bliss.
Right, and the way we sit on that fence kind of makes us gay.
Do not believe in God, though.
Agnostic means you're not sure of what. It's an
You think
unsure.
there could be something, but
There-
we can't understand it. As
Yeah. That might also need to be fact checked because
What am I
agnostics might be
thinking?
listening to this and they'll be like,
It is
Right,
right.
and if I wasn't a registered Jedi Knight as a part of the religion known as the Force, then I might want to get on board with that.
that is ridiculous.
Fat cats. That's true. That's a true story.
Who's the real fag? Too soon.
Don't out me yet. Okay, so I think you can break down the majority of the population of the country into 3 areas, right?
Sure.
And I'm looking at the Northeast, right, which you got New York, Massachusetts, Virginia, Pennsylvania. I'd lump that all into kind of one area there.
Those are all in the Northeast. That's real.
Thank you.
Well done. Someone pay attention in geography class.
You hear that? High five. TJ myself.
TJ's not going to invite me back to this ever again.
The West Coast.
Okay.
All right, so you got like California, Washington, and Oregon, which are all on the
West Coast.
Good job.
Yes, yes,
so, West Coast, and then what I'm just going to collectively refer to as the South.
Like the Midwest and all, they're all the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
Midwest is
When you-
like the
when you-
diet South.
When you fly from New York to California, you sleep through that bullshit. Okay, no one fucking cares. No one's looking out the window because it's all the same.
Doomsday preppers and
Thank you.
small militias.
So, but
You don't need those states.
no.
Hey, somebody's got to be getting ready now.
I gotta have somewhere to go when the zombie apocalypse happens. Midwest. Iowa, here I come. So, we already know that on the West Coast, the majority of the West Coast, like California, is like, the majority of them are okay with gay marriage. I gotta imagine the majority of the Northeast is okay with it too. They don't give a shit. I mean, you got fucking, I don't know what the exact population in the Northeast is, so I'm just gonna fucking guess. It's like,
Probably
I don't know,
like
103 billion people all sitting in fucking the area the size of, Rhode Island. And so fucking, I might want to double check those.
Everything you say from here on out is irrelevant.
I'm just saying that they don't give a shit who's fucking who.
Okay.
Okay? So I got the 2/3 of the country does not give a shit.
2/3.
Yeah, but that section that you pinned as the third section of the country is quite a large fucking section.
It's a large section, but population wise, is it
Texas, man.
Have you ever been to Atlanta? Crawling with people.
I've seen The Walking Dead. Zombies, all of them.
It's ridiculous.
That's one of the craziest documentaries I ever saw.
Okay, here's the deal. In Idaho, this is why when Idaho first, a few months ago, said, like, the Supreme Court here, the state Supreme Court was like, no, you guys can't have a ban on gay marriage in the state. The reason it was such a big deal to a lot of people, including myself, I'm not against gay marriage in the state. I don't care what that. But the last time that it was brought for a vote, like 60-some-odd% of people voted no against it. So, what the fuck? Why have democracy anyway?
That's not fair.
Because the 14th Amendment? Fuck the 14th Amendment.
Yeah, no,
the 14th Amendment makes democracy
after
useless.
The first one. The first one lets me do whatever I want, and everyone after that can suck off.
Right, well, and that's like, and while we're on it, that's what I'm saying, though. For the lay person, for the lay at home listening right now, and for all these fucking idiots around me right here, the 14th Amendment, because I know y'all don't know, is, it says that the majority cannot pass a law that will, infringe or basically disable the minority. They can't do it. What's the point of a democracy then? I'm sorry, so the majority doesn't matter, ever.
That's a great point.
If you want to fucking push around your goddamn political science bullshit.
College, bro.
Hey, I took a
poli-sci major?
I took a community class. I know a thing or two.
Sure.
And
I watched Bill Maher.
God damn it. Is that what that was? I mean, the Founding Fathers, that was one of the things that they were totally afraid of, was the majority pushing the minority around. So the 14th Amendment has relevance. It's within the Founding Fathers.
No, because
vision.
the Founding Fathers, they still understood, though, and this is why Alexander Hamilton is the fucking man, is because
I do.
That
He's my
chance...
second favorite founding father.
He's... That might be the most ignorant thing said on the show.
But goddamn, you're making me laugh for fucking days.
Pretty high.
That guy, when you're sitting there and you're like, no, we don't want a bit, because that was never their ideology.
Hold on. First favorite, Abraham Lincoln. Am I right?
Oh yeah, no, he was a great founding father. He was he was the founding of he was the father of founding.
That is the next ignorant thing ever said.
That motherfucker, that guy.
Don't bait me into questions.
Fucking Abraham Lincoln, that motherfucker rode into the Emancipation Proclamation on the fucking cart made of black men. That racist son of a bitch. He had more slaves.
Who was his black friend?
Frederick Douglass.
No, that's not his name.
Uncle Tom.
He had that guy that was the one who. Oh God!
John Wilkes Booth.
Rosa Parks.
Now I
The guy
sound
from
like
Tom Sawyer, right?
Now I'm gonna sound like we're just recanting drunk history. But he had that guy that he was. Abraham Lincoln had. I can't remember his fucking name, so I just sound so stupid right now. But after the Emancipation Proclamation went out, and according to history, blah blah, they were actually friends. That guy was still a slave.
Well, yeah, it takes time for that sort of thing to filter.
Yeah, but
because you gotta have owls and horses carry it down to the south to spread the word, and then
I believe we still had the Pony Express at the
Pony
time.
Express.
Okay, let's reel this on back to gay marriage here before we should get into the subject of because we'll get.
What I'm saying is that the majority, the minority thing, fuck democracy. This country doesn't have fucking democracy. So if we want to sit here and say what's right, what's not right, all I'm saying is that if there is a point to be made that gay people have a right to marriage, then anybody else has a right to fight for whatever bullshit thing they believe in. Like you marrying your fucking PlayStation.
Thank you.
Do it, bud. I don't judge.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm at. Is if Tim marries his PlayStation, how does that affect me directly? It doesn't. Maybe he has a better. Maybe he has a better relationship with his PlayStation than I have with mine. And I may be envious of that.
Without me marrying my PlayStation, I think we all know that that's the case.
I'm just more of an Xbox guy.
Mine's been corrupted.
Get your fucking Xbox bullshit out of here.
Fuck off.
Hey, you guys both know that. You're my only friends on PlayStation.
That's true.
But here's the deal. What if we pass the law? Could we pass the law that lets Tim marry his PlayStation, but then make a constitutional ban on Xbox marriage?
Please. That would make
But then all the Xbox owners are going to be, they feel like their fundamental right was infringed on.
I'm instituting it right now. Once per show, I get to say fuck Microsoft and fuck Xbox for no particular reason. And I'm going to say that now.
Yikes, because I like sponsorship.
We're never going to get.
We may have to back up.
We don't need those kind of listeners here. Okay, so
Wait,
But that's my point, though. So the gays are getting married now, but does that really have a direct effect on me? Like maybe down the road something could happen and it might have some sort of direct effect on me, but right now it doesn't. And there are other things that are more
and you're right.
issues.
But the problem is the problem with this country is that everyone wants to imagine. Everyone feels imagined or real that it affects them in some way, and that's the problem.
Everyone's
like you getting married you getting gay married to somebody. That's gonna affect me somehow because when I go to sleep, I can't sleep because I was thinking about you gay married to somebody.
When you go to sleep, you think about gay marrying people?
To quote,
it bothers me because that's not me.
Keeps him up at night.
To quote Chris Cluey, if gay marriage becomes legal,
a punter from the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. If gay marriage becomes legal, it will not automatically turn all straight men into lustful cock monsters.
True words that ever been said.
Excellent quote.
So I guess that's. I mean, that's the problem.
Sure that's real.
People just can't let shit go, and they need to because.
Right.
It doesn't bother them. So let me just put a lid on that one for a second.
Put a little bow tie on it.
Yeah, let's put a nice little bow. Yeah, put a fucking little name tag. Do not open till Christmas, and we'll shove that shit to the side. Another constitutional thing that's going on right now, and it's something that that people are talking about because that's what people do. People talk. That's why we fucking got this dumbass show here. And let's talk about the Confederate flag in South Carolina.
Jesus Christ.
And so what's the deal?
How much time you got, partner?
Oh, I got days. I'm gonna break YouTube with this shit.
The Confederate flag. What a prime example.
Should the Confederate flag? Should the federal government come down to the South and say you cannot fly this flag? Let's start with
we're at the same fucking point. A fundamental right to do what you want to do, right? But I'm not. But okay, I'm gonna go on record. I'm not defending the Confederate flag whatsoever. I think it's fucking
racist.
I think it is a racist flag.
It is a racist flag.
It is, but you.
Hold on. Let's start with this.
Well, it can't literally be racist.
Let's start with an unignorant fact, which I like to call fun facts, and that is not the Confederate flag.
It's the Georgia state battle flag.
Yep, they march in the battle.
That they did not.
Virginia.
That the South did not.
Okay.
Hold on. That the South did not start flying until the civil rights in the '60s. And
what can you describe the actual Confederate flag in?
It was
really plain.
It was 3 stars, I think, and like 3 stripes. It was really.
Okay,
it was
the
really
reason I asked you,
simple.
I want to know if you actually knew what it looked like, or if you
Or you tested me?
I was
Fat cats?
So bottom line, if you can flag any flag if you want.
Flying colors. Maybe Confederate colors.
It's a flag.
Let me get props. Let me give props to this podcast I listened to the other day. Let me just throw this out there to see what you think about this, because I heard it saying. So let me throw this out there. And let me give props. I heard this on the Game Over Greg show. I think it was Colin Moriarty who said it. Was that I'm not saying that you should have to take it down. I'm just saying that flying it is in poor taste, and that you shouldn't fly it. And so the example he used was that after when they were trying to build something in the World Trade Center, or the World Trade Towers, when they got knocked down, and they were trying to build a mosque on there, and everyone was like, "You can't do that." It was like, it's not that you can't do that. It's just in poor taste to do that.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't do that. But my belief is that you can't count on people to do what they or not do what they shouldn't do because people are stupid. Just throw that out there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a fan of government, because we need government to tell people not to do what they shouldn't do, because if you don't tell them not to do what they shouldn't do, then goddamn it, they're gonna do that shit and we're gonna have chaos.
But then, goddamn it, let's either just sell out entirely and just have it regulate fucking everything. Let's have it tell us what we can fucking eat and we can fucking drink and how many hours to sleep at night and all that bullshit. Fuck that.
That's pushing to an extreme. So there's some controlled things that you can control. If everything you just said was actually pushed on the people, then there's no way to regulate stuff like that.
Yeah, let me bring this down to the realm of feasibility here. I'm not telling you that you can't fly the flag on your house. I'm telling you you can't fly the flag on the goddamn courthouse.
It is, and the courthouse is supposed to represent what? The people.
Everybody.
Yes.
Disagree with me?
True. No, that's true.
I think
But
that's
I didn't think that that's what we were discussing. Like anyone. Okay.
I don't think anyone should fly.
Wipe my ass with the American flag. I can do that. Who the fuck cares? Seriously. But it's like if they want to fly whatever, like it doesn't. If they have Beavis and Butthead on a flag and they just want to fly it in front of their house, who gives a shit? Yes, it's different if it's on the courthouse.
I'm hoping the age range of the people listening to the show don't know who that is.
I'm just realistically though, it's you can do whatever you want.
I'm okay with that, and like I said, I'm okay with people doing what they want.
Cloth.
Carpet.
That's what I'm saying. That's the basis. It's the same point that we had in the last week. It's like if people want to do it, that's fine. But then our actual argument is
the courthouse shouldn't do it. The
like,
federal building shouldn't do it. You shouldn't walk into the DMV and see the Confederate flag running.
Sure. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
But what I'm gonna say though is that
they don't do that though.
that motherfucker.
They do in the South.
They do it in the South. That's why they're having the whole thing to pull out.
But South Carolina was flying until a couple weeks ago.
But listen to that shit. But that motherfucker. But listen though, because motherfuckers grow up watching goddamn Dukes of Hazzard. Not a big fucking deal. I've been to numerous concerts where they have fucking Confederate flags on T-shirts. You can buy that shit at Zoomies right now in the Boise fucking mall. Not a big deal. And then one legitimate act of terror and racism, which was a fucking terrible thing, and now this is a big fucking gigantic fucking deal. Useless. Fucking useless.
Well, I mean, it put the target straightly on the Confederate flag because he was wearing that. I think he was wearing the flag of Rhodesia. He was wearing one other a black oppressionist flag. I mean, I think they were both South African.
I think we can all agree.
One was Rhodesia and one was the Confederate flag.
The dude was racist.
The dude was.
I think we can blame.
Yeah,
no, he was a fucking terrorist. It was an act of terror.
And I mean, that's why. But okay, think about this.
Fucking swing.
The reason that there was even a target painted on the Confederate flag was because of that act. What if that act did not happen? Is that flag still flying in South Carolina?
It is, but I mean, it's something that they've been talking about for years, and I mean, this isn't the first time we've heard about it. It's just
this is the blow-up event that made it.
Right. I mean, it's the straw that broke the
Camel's back.
yeah,
the catalyst, if you will.
Camels don't carry straws. That's
right. Camels are slaves too. I think we can all agree. It's just it's just something to bring. But this is something that we're living in an age where more and more social media is bringing social problems and social issues to the
forefront.
Immediately,
people who would not have known about it maybe 30 years ago when they were reading a fucking newspaper.
Any idiot can use it and say whatever they want to say on it. And
I don't think that's not the. I don't think that's the issue, because I mean, any idiot can have a Twitter, but not every idiot has 5,000 followers, right? So, I mean, any idiot can get on Twitter and say whatever they want. I get on Twitter a lot of times and say a lot of stuff, and all 85 of my followers.
Pump that Twitter handle, Bobby.wws.
I was gonna say,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry about that. But, I mean, but you've got this many people talking about it. It's a real issue. I think it's a real issue when you got this many people talking about it.
that's fair. I would say, yeah. But the way that I see it, the way that my point on it is like what Bobby was saying. The Dukes of Hazzard's been on the air for fucking 80 years now.
Those good old boys.
Those good old boys. They never age. I want to know what they're drinking down there in the South.
It's moonshine. Everybody knows this.
But the Confederate flag has always been on the general elite. Always. And now TV shows are pulling the show because the Confederate flag is on the General Lee. You can't watch the show anymore. It's not on TV.
Which is dumb because we can easily Photoshop that out.
The guy, there's some artist that's going to paint over it. He like accepted the honor of painting
Oh my
over
God,
the Confederate flag on the General
This is
Lee.
like thank you for smoking when when William H. Macy tries to fucking redo all those famous movie photos with cigarettes with fucking flowers and shit in their hand.
Right. But
Goddamn censorship.
because people are talking about it, because some artist is calling it an honor to paint over it, we're giving credence and power to the issue.
Should we not?
Was it a problem when we weren't?
Yes.
The Confederate flag on the General Lee was a problem before
Oh, and generally
anybody
no.
gave a shit.
Okay, so let me take what you're saying and let me put a different spin on it. I think it's okay that people are talking about it, but I think the problem with social media nowadays is that people want something done about it instead of using social media for what it should be for, and that's people talking about it. We need to talk about it. We all need to talk about it, and we all need to compromise. We all need to see what the other. I mean, I'm not saying who is anyone not seen the Dukes of Hazzard? Everyone's familiar with the Dukes of Hazzard.
What is a Duke of Hazzard?
Well, they're royalty. The royalty of
The
Yale
monarch,
Hazzard.
the monarch of the region appointed them.
Of Hazzard.
But they weren't. They weren't. I mean, they didn't. They didn't have old fucking. God, give me a generic. They didn't have Uncle Tom underneath the hood of the General Lee.
Jim Crow.
Thank you. They didn't have Jim Crow changing the tires every time they made one of those bad jokes.
my
Get away from fucking
Well, I was gonna
Boss
say,
Hogg. You know what I'm saying?
that was my favorite episode of Dukes of Hazzard when they drove those three black guys behind the car.
Yeah, I mean, that's not so.
I missed that one. Hidden episode.
It was in bonus features.
I was gonna say the bonus features of season 3. It was on VHS. You had to rewind 24 past the credits.
It's not something that happened in a show, so the show is just a thing where it's like, okay, that's there. I'm not comfortable with what that represents, but it doesn't take away from what the show is, which is a bunch of good old boys and Daisy Dukes. I mean, everyone knows that was the best part of the show
boys were
anyway.
in the Daisy Dukes?
Well, that was also bonus
You said
features.
good old boys and Daisy Dukes, not in Daisy
Good
Dukes.
old boys in Daisy Dukes.
So what I'm saying is that doesn't detract from it. Walking down the street and seeing it being hung from every other house would make me feel uncomfortable about walking down that street, but that would not make me want to do anything about it. But when you're seeing it flown from a...
Because you're an adult white male, why would you care? If
very
you walk,
true.
if you
Very
walk
true.
down a street with a bunch of
That's very true. I wake up
everyone's going to be like, "Hi, neighbor. How's it going?"
That's right. I wake up every morning and check my privilege. Good to
Check
go.
good to go. Now I can brush my teeth.
I'm just saying, but when I see it flying from a public building, then that's a problem.
I think I agree with that too.
Thank you.
But I think that's the fundamental part of it is because it represents people. And
So, but
are the people who were oppressed by this symbolism not? I mean, it's basically saying
Right.
we're not.
How can I
respected.
say, as a black male, I'm not a black male, but if I was a black male, how can I say I trust police when the police headquarters is running the Confederate flag from them? I couldn't.
Well, I don't think you can say you trust police if you were a black male anyway.
It's true.
This is a whole.
But
Different
that's a
topic.
whole different topic.
It's a whole different topic.
So I
Can't breathe.
Let's laugh about it, guys. Now we can laugh about it. We're talking about the Confederate flag representing people. This is a group full of white adults.
Well, I mean, it's a thing we should talk about.
It is.
I'm not saying it's something we should be worried about. It's something we should talk about.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more nonsense.
Music break.
Alright, so we're going to wrap this up, and this is how we're going to wrap it up by telling you that this was Ignorant Rants. You can, hopefully at one point we'll have something up where you can email us, so I'm going to insert an email address here. You can also
Facebook
follow
page.
us, yeah, we'll have a Facebook page and all this shit. You can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Kid Insanity. Bobby, you're...
Bobby.wws.
See?
I do. What's that? Oh, it's a Twitter.
Okay, so we'll hook him up later. Brent?
I don't remember mine.
Well, we're going to have to get one for you.
I think the last tweet I sent out was 11 years ago.
Actually, honestly,
I was trying to get celebrities or
You know, we could though actually because we really could easily though because you already have Kid Insanity, Kilo Gato, and Captain Swab. Those are really easy.
That's true. Yeah.
If we want to go.
Cat.
Talking about for Twitter handles or for handles?
Well, no, that's already all of our
Aliases.
yeah, for alias as well. Because I think after this, I think this went well enough. I'm excited about it, enough that I think we could set up a Facebook page and a Twitter specific account, and then
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Fuck it.
Okay. So
Thanks for listening. Peace.
yeah, ignorant rant over.